Bonjour à toutes et tous et merci de m'accueillir aujourd'hui. On behalf of the Government of Quebec, I'm honored to participate in this year's National Clean Energy Week. While Quebec sits on the other side of the border, we are deeply intertwined with the United States when it comes to clean energy and the environment. We are interconnected through transmission lines. We are linked through our exchange of green goods, and we are tied together through the ever-growing North American supply chain for electric vehicles and their batteries. Together, Quebec and the US are leading by example in these forms of green trade. Quebec's 99.8%, yes, 99.8% renewable energy is at the root of this partnership. Through 5 transmission lines, we have been exporting clean, affordable, and reliant hydroelectricity to the New England and New York grids for decades. The importance of our grid interconnections has only increased. In recent years, climate commitments have inspired new pathways to grid decarbonization. The rise of intermittent renewables like wind and solar have required baseload energy. And the Ukraine-Russia conflict has increased energy prices and renewed concerns over energy security. These developments make hydropower more important than ever. Hydro-Quebec has thus been working to increase hydroelectricity exports to the northeastern US. Their 2 new transmission lines are posed to be the largest cross-border clean energy projects constructed following the passage of the bipartisan infrastructure law. They have the potential for two-way electron flows, economic savings for consumers, and, according to the U.S. International Trade Commission, will help states meet the renewable energy commitments. The stronger our grid interconnections, the stronger the foundation laid for decarbonization are shared manufacturing sectors. In manufacturing as well, we have a long history of engagement. During World War II, the United States built aluminum smelters for the Allied war effort in Quebec. Today, Quebec supplies around 60% of North American aluminum. And thanks to our hydropower, it is the greenest aluminum in the world. Our low-carbon aluminum and other low-emission inputs enable the products we build together to be globally competitive. As the EU rolls out its carbon border adjustment mechanism and more countries incorporate the cost of emission in trade, goods produced from our integrated supply chain will have the carbon advantage. Beyond enabling our global competitiveness, collaboration is necessary to combat new national security threats. The pandemic exposed strategic vulnerabilities in our supply chains, especially as it pertains to critical and strategic minerals. Minerals needed for the green transition. Quebec stands ready to partner with the United States to overcome these challenges. Our subsoil contains 46 of the 50 minerals deemed critical and strategic by the U.S. Geological Survey, including lithium, nickel, cobalt, and graphite, all required for batteries and considered as domestic under your Defense Production Act. Quebec's new battery park in Bécancour will process these materials to feed into U.S. manufacturing hubs, creating jobs and growing economies on both sides of the border. Our province already has more than half of Canada's electric vehicles on our roads, but through collaboration we can increase EV adoption across the continent. Together, we can build a highly efficient and traceable North American battery supply chain from mine to wheel. But to do this, we must leverage our renewed free trade agreement, USMCA, our clean grid interconnections, and our shared history of green trade. Only then can we ensure our competitiveness, security, and the environment for generations to come. Our office in Washington is here to work with you to advance these important conversations. But if you want to see our energy solution with your own eyes, Quebec is just an hour and a half from Washington. We invite you all to visit. Merci beaucoup, and I hope to host you in Quebec.